Kevin, what was it like to grind one out there? Obviously, you guys made some defensive stops at the end. What do you feel like was the difference tonight?
Yeah, I love what our defense did throughout the whole game. You understand it's the NBA. Teams going to make a run. I think they did a good job of closing out that first half. Which gave momentum going into the second half, third quarter, which home teams in our league are usually good at in the third quarter. So we got to be better coming out half next game on the road. But absolutely love what we did in the fourth quarter, being down 8 to 9 points. They hit tough threes to keep us off, and we was able to get stops, get some good points and some easy points to transition to. And we moved the basketball tonight, so it was a great team win.
You look at just the shot you were able to get there at the end, and is it just a matter of, hey, I'm reading it, or maybe taking it through there?
Yeah, man, because this team, you never know when they'll sell out to try to stop me. So sometimes they might let me play one-on-one. Sometimes they might run and sell out, because James was kind of playing two sometimes. So T. Lue, just been around him this summer, I understand how bright of mind he is with the defense. So I know he's trying to throw me off my spots a little bit, and he did a solid job of that. But I just try to stay focused on the rim and knock that one down.
What did you try to take away from James there at the end? What was the main key to that, you felt?
I mean, you can't take away nothing really from him. You just got to just play hard, and hopefully you shoot a tough one over top of you. But I just try to pressure and guard the ball full court, use my length a little bit. Coach did a good job as well of switching our coverages up too. We might switch sometimes, we might stay with our own sometimes. So just throwing different looks at them, but just try to play hard. Hall of Famer like that, got us still doing it at a high level. You can't just take anything away from it.
What's it like to play in this building?
Incredible. Loved it. I absolutely love the wall that they got.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's insane. I know in the playoffs and once people get more and more comfortable with the arena, it's going to be insane here. So I always love when new venues go up in our league. It's always cool. It always sets the standard for what may come down the line. So Steve is doing a great job with this franchise.
You had to look up from the floor at that wall.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was just staring at it the whole time. You're not used to that. I think I experienced that. Oklahoma State has somewhat of an arena like that. Obviously not that big, but the seats went straight up, and I always thought that was cool. The noise sounds a little different from that vantage point. So it's going to be a tough road environment for whoever comes in here.
What about getting the win for the coach?
Yeah, he got enough wins.
Kevin, Bo was talking about the importance of being able to adapt to big and small lineups. What do you think is the key of being able to pull that in?
Just experiences we all had throughout this league. We all had to be called on to do different things out there, and coach always keeps us prepared and practice on, all right, this is the lineup we may use here, this is the lineup we may use in this situation. So we've been prepared throughout this whole time on a lineup switch, and the guys came out and competed hard. That's all we talked about, was competing. We're not going to be perfect. We're not going to do everything right, every possession down, but I think we competed all night, which helped us get a W.
So you played competitive ball all summer. How much does that help you get a quick start to the season here? Because you're already in good shape.
Yeah, it was good to mentally just be in a routine, somewhat of a small season, being with the Olympics for a month, practicing shoot-arounds, that stuff you don't get used to in the summer. You kind of trying to think about it in summertime, but getting in that environment is always good. Keep your conditioning up, keep your mind into a game situation, and so it was good to do that. And it was also cool that it was that close to training camp too. Usually you get a couple months off before training camp, but that was a good little transition.
So you get the fans. You started guarding Harden. What made you switch up on that?
Coaches tell me. Do the coaches tell me to do. They seen something they wanted me to guard. I mean, like I said, you can't stop James. Fully was just making it tough on him. And I just try to play physical defense and move my feet and guard the ball full court. It tired me out a lot, but that's what great players do. Just try to answer that challenge, and whatever coach needs me to do, I try to do it the best I can.
What did you make of their defense? They got Jeff Van Gundy now leading the defense. What did you make about the defense?
Yeah, they're gonna be a scrappy team, switch a lot of stuff and just disrupt your offense from switching and being versatile on the defensive side of the ball. You got 4 or 5 guys that can guard multiple positions, and then once Kawhi get back, I think they're going to be even more dangerous. It's going to be a tough team to stop, tough team to score on. But Ty Lue always put pressure on guys. He plays small. They try to muck the game up. That's the type of player he was in the league too. So he kind of just he wants players to be the same way and makes you better as an individual.
You were talking about Tyus Jones out here is having a real deep game for you guys.
Yeah, steady force. Made some big shots, big plays. Just looks like he never gets rattled, never gets too emotional. And that's what you want in your point guard.
You were talking about the wall earlier. You hit your forced overtime shot on that side. Nurk hit 2 free throws on that side to kind of seal it. Did it impact the game? Like, could you hear the crowd kind of quiet down after you hit those shots?
You definitely can hear the crowd. You know, they're excited. When they were just close to getting a stop, and then I raised up and shot that and made it. And it was silent in there. That's one of the best feelings, especially late in the game. And Nurk with 4 clutch free throws late in the game. You know, we just been in the league so long. You've been in some great venues with some high pressure situations, and you know, heard every type of crowd, you know, this far. So I try to stay focused in on my teammates, coaches in the game, and lock in on our task ahead.
Yeah, but if there's one thing that Hooper could have learned from was getting to your spots. You got to that drop dribble, knee up fade, right in the nail. I was like, I already knew it was cash. Talk about that, working in that spot and always, you know, playing in your spots and your kill spots.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, you know, especially in those situations, you kind of need to have a spot where you can go to and you feel comfortable with. That's usually, I felt comfortable in a lot of different spots on the floor, but that middle of the floor is kind of hard to run and double from there, and I can kind of see things a little better from there. So just try to get to my spots and knock it down, and then just keep the game simple. I'm not trying to get too much against a team like this, and they swarm the ball a lot. So yeah, just try to keep the game simple, and that was one of my spots.
Thank you, sir.